Hey, my antisocial butterflies. It is the antisocial socialite herself. And although I am just a fan of Queen of the South and I had no intentions on doing any episode recaps, I did not wake up this morning and choose violence, okay? The cartel did. And after last night's episode 3, my mind is so blown that I needed to do this video. So I have my notebook full of just observations and things to just touch upon. I'm not gonna dive into every single scene from the last 3 episodes, but we need to discuss this because my head is currently like... So viewers of my show know that 3 weeks ago, I actually dedicated my episode to Queen of the South because my episode was launching the same day as the season premiere of the 5th and final season. So I felt like I owed it to myself to give a shout out to my favorite show. With that being said, I did some predictions on that episode, and one of them was that the Russians were actually coming after Teresa, and I was correct. But it's not in the way that I think anybody really expected. I also low-key, although I know because people have been saying online, but I think Oksana is Kostya. Because why haven't we seen him? He didn't show up to the meeting. He doesn't do meetings in person, over the phone, anything. He's using Oksana as a mediator. So makes you think, doesn't it? I don't know. I've been proven alternatively on there, but we shall see in future episodes because this is not the last of the Russians for sure. But I think it's an interesting dynamic in episode 1 that Kellyanne had with James when he is recovering in bed, and she's like, well, you better follow orders now because she is the boss, you know, don't ever disobey her again. And I thought that was really interesting because both Kellyanne and James have worked for Devin Finch, so I think we kind of understood that, you know, James was protecting her because she was not in the right frame of mind, but could that have actually been an order from Devin? Are we gonna see something, because there's always conspiracy theories that like Kellyanne and especially James are part of the CIA and tried to infiltrate Camilla and now Teresa's cartels to get insight and intel, and it's gonna blow their whole thing up. I don't know. I really love James, so I hope that doesn't happen. So I hope it stays a conspiracy theory, but maybe that wasn't even a disobeying an order from Teresa, but actually following an order from Devin. We shall find out. In episode 1 where she killed off her old self, I thought it was interesting because we do see the evolution of her character throughout literally season 1 until season 5, but I also thought it was really quite interesting that Pote couldn't keep up with her, and I think that's kind of foreshadowing of this season that nobody can keep up with Teresa. Like, she's changed so much that, you know, what James even just told Marcel last night, that, you know, Teresa can be trustworthy and all that stuff, is proving otherwise. She is now the queen pin. She is at the top of her game, just like we saw Camilla wearing her power red suits. We are seeing the power white suits, and she is Queen Bee. So we're definitely seeing a huge change in her. I'm not gonna say I'm disappointed in her. I was disappointed in last night's episode because I'm like, girl, what are you doing? But I think that there's definitely more that we will find out in future episodes doing what she did. So let's see, what else do I have? I think it's funny that the emotions from the guys are coming out. So King George was like, I've only loved 2 women in my life, you and my mama. I love that. Also, where is King George? He hasn't been here in the last 2 episodes, and I don't recall in episode 1 them saying that he was going anywhere. So KG, where are you? Boaz was just talking about Kike. in the last couple of episodes. Pote is now super, super emotional towards Kellyanne and now this baby. And then I think we are going to see more of the emotions come out in future episodes with James, with Teresa. So stay tuned for that. But I actually love that the character development is really tapping into the emotional side. We've seen so much action for so long, but now it's definitely switching up a little bit. Kellyanne's pregnancy, I do not know why, but the beginning of episode 2, I was like, why do I feel like she's gonna say that she's pregnant? And I called my mom right after and was like, I fucking told you. I don't know why, but that just was like a premonition that ended up being true. I think Teresa is like retaining power over Lafayette in episode 2, being like, you are gonna answer on the second ring and you work for me now, and now everything's in a tailspin because of Boaz. I agree with him that yes, Lafayette should have been gone long ago, but now this totally throws a monkey wrench into everything. Not only just the waterfront property and getting the money, exposing the corruption. Now this is adding a deeper level because Officer Gamble is in the mix and now needs to be bought off, and Boaz is gonna get axed soon. It's just a matter of when. That's all I'm saying. I also read from, I believe, the script supervisor that Marcel wasn't supposed to be in as many episodes as we believed he was going to be, but his character was just so electrifying and he played such an amazing role that they added him into more episodes. So Alimi Ballard, thank you for being such an amazing actor, because I love seeing you on camera and I'm really disappointed in what Teresa just did to you. So I'm happy to see you more in future episodes. I thought it was interesting that Kellyanne was acting odd. We know now that she was at an NA meeting, but even just the text messaging in the car and just the way she's like, oh, I'll be back, don't worry about me. And obviously doing a cover-up lie to not get exposed is why she was at the meeting, but there's something else that I just really can't trust about her, and I'm trying to figure that out. My friend texted me during the episode being like, why did Boaz present Lafayette's head like an edible arrangement in that box, which I was dying laughing about, because literally his head is just like nicely propped up with, I don't know, like Easter grass that you would get in your basket or whatever. Like his head was just presented so nicely. I'm actually mad that we didn't get to see the judge getting killed, because I think we deserved that as the viewers, because he is such a POS that we needed to like actually make sure that he suffered during his death. I think that honestly something's going on with Lucien about him setting Marcel up. I think James is spot on about that, because if nobody knew about the car and who was the driver of his car, because he did tap the trunk a couple times, be like, hey, let me get the money out. Somebody's on to this, somebody's paying the police officer, somebody's doing something. And Teresa just thought that giving $3 million per month is going to shut them up, but I think it's going to cost her so much more. In the end, I think she made a huge mistake of not turning Boaz in. I don't know. There's so much more I want to like really dive into, but a couple quick observations. Notice like just little nuances of more white outfits being worn, more white SUVs than we've ever seen. She's always riding it in black, so that's very indicative of like what's going to be happening. The colors are changing, the mood is changing, everything really is shifting in the season. And then also during the car chase that we just saw with Marcel in the back and James driving, the music is very similar to what was played in season 1. So I feel like we're really getting a full circle moment of, the series coming to an end, which I'm so devastated about. But, if you guys want to talk about it, drop it in the comments below, DM me. If you want me to talk about anything else, I think I'll do an episode 4 through 6 recap if you guys really want it. But I'm literally just like so mind blown that I needed to just come on here and let you guys know. So anyway, with that being said, enjoy the future episodes. Check me out on Instagram, YouTube, whatever. Just not because I'm even trying to self-promo. Let's just stay friends, man. All right, have a great day.